Hey guys, it's Nina from VR Focus. I'm doing a little video comparison guide between the top 3 virtual reality headsets available this summer right now. And we're going to be talking about the Oculus Rift, the HTC Vive, and the PlayStation VR. I'm going to be talking about the price, the comfort, the content, and all of the other accessories that you need for virtual reality. And this could probably help you guide trying to figure out which headset would probably best suit your needs. So the biggest barrier to entry for virtual reality is definitely price. It is extremely expensive to have a hobby like virtual reality. The reason being is that for these high-end virtual reality headsets like the Oculus Rift and the HTC Vive, you need a high-end PC or a laptop that is VR ready. Now, you might already have a laptop or PC that is already VR ready, but if you don't, you can download Steam and you can download a software application and try and figure out if your laptop is ready. There's a guide on VR Focus if you'd like to try that out. Otherwise, for the PlayStation VR, you actually need a console to play virtual reality. Now, the early adopters for virtual reality are mostly gamers. Now, it makes sense because you need a high-end PC and a laptop to actually play virtual reality because you need to be playing at 90 frames per second. The reason why you need 90 frames per second is to avoid feeling like you're a little warm and you're dying and you're going into another dimension and it feels like you're stuttering in space. Basically, it is also a cause for nausea and motion sickness, and to avoid that, you will need a high-end PC or a laptop. So this is already kind of expensive because we're talking about an existing PC or a laptop, or purchasing one that would be about $700 to $800. And then on top of that, you're going to have to buy the headset on top of that as well. And if you want certain types of games, you're going to have to purchase those on the side as well. So let's talk about the headsets that require a PC or a laptop that are VR ready. The HTC Vive comes as a bundle for $799. That means it's got 2 sensors, it's got the controllers, it's got the headset, it's got all the wires that you require to make virtual reality real. Now the thing is with virtual reality is that you need a lot of space to actually set it up. So don't think that you have a small apartment and you've got a PC ready laptop that you're just able to do it, because you also need a lot of space to set up the sensors and move around. So you're going to be walking around with your headset and your controllers in a square, and you'll be able to have full room scale VR, meaning that when you're inside a virtual reality experience, you're able to walk around both in real life and in the virtual world. With regards to content, Steam has a lot of content available for the Vive, which also means there's not a lot of great quality content, but there's a lot of content available. Otherwise, if you want like different quality content and it's curated, you can subscribe to Viveport, which is $6.99. And with that, you've got different experiences which are always alternating and changing, and that's great. So with the HTC Vive, you pay $799, you get the whole bundle, you get 2 free games that are always changing, so I don't know which game is going to be available when you purchase your headset, but you need a lot of space. People love the Vive because of its tracking. It's got extremely good tracking, meaning that you're not jumping around, things don't move about, you're not teleported across the map, and everything is quite smooth. This is why it's definitely a favorite for people who want to use it for educational purposes, for design, for architecture, for all of these things that aren't necessarily gaming related. Now with the Oculus Rift, you also need a PC and a laptop that is VR ready. And bear in mind that if you also want the full room scale VR, you need to also get another sensor, because in the bundle you get 2 sensors and you need another sensor to make it full room scale VR. Now, Oculus is doing a special summer deal for $399 where you can get the headset, the controllers, and 2 sensors. That's an incredible deal. For anybody that's got a VR ready laptop or PC who wants virtual reality, that is a lot cheaper than buying the Vive. Add the 3rd sensor on top of that for full room scale VR, and you're talking about $458 versus $799. That's already pretty good. It just means that you might not be able to access all of the games that are specifically just for the HTC Vive. For the Oculus, you have some exclusive content available specifically only just for the Rift, like Robo Recall, which VR Focus has covered extensively, or Echo Arena. So if you're looking for something that's got higher quality content, that's a lot lighter, and is a lot cheaper right now, then the Oculus Rift is a great bargain at the moment. And I've got a very small nose, and all of the other headsets get quite heavy after a while, and this is very comfortable to put on because it's so light. So if you're looking to get proper high-end virtual reality, it's probably good to get an Oculus Rift or an HTC Vive, because anything that runs on PC just has better graphics, better memory, better RAM, and it just runs things a lot smoother. So let's talk about the PlayStation VR or the PSVR. For this to work, you need the PlayStation 4. you need to have the console ready to go. And on top of that, you can't just buy the headset by itself and expect VR to work. You also need to buy the camera as well. The camera is retailing for $60 in total, and if you want also to have the Move controllers, that's going to put you at $100. Obviously, you can look online and find different deals and promotions and other prices available, but those are the retail prices. So in total, you're going to be spending $399 for the headset, $60 for the camera, and $100 for the Move controller. However, you can probably find a package deal for this. You also need to have the PlayStation, which is actually a lot cheaper than buying a completely new PC or laptop. Now bear in mind that if you want to get this high-end VR headset, the PlayStation VR is made for gaming. It's not really made for educational purposes like the Rift or the Vive. What's really great about the PlayStation VR is that it's perfect for anybody who already owns a console. Putting on the headset is very easy. It's very comfortable to put on. So if you've got several friends on your sofa and you want to play virtual reality games and you want to take turns, this is very easy to do. With regards to content, all of the games that you can play are obviously only the games that are available to PlayStation 4. However, Sony is extremely happy with the amount of units that they've sold for the PSVR, and I'm sure that they're going to make games that are available for the PlayStation and people who want to play PlayStation VR as well. There's not a lot of content available as much as for the Oculus Rift or the Vive, as I explained that this is solely just for gaming, and a lot of developers have to figure out if they also want to make it available for the PlayStation VR. So in conclusion, if you want high-end virtual reality, it is definitely worth the investment into getting a laptop or PC that can do 90 frames per second, is VR ready. And then it's a choice whether you'd like to buy everything as a bundle and get access to the Steam games that are available for the Rift, or you'd like to get a headset that's cheaper, a lot lighter, but has a lot of great quality content. And then you've got the PlayStation VR, which I think is an obvious choice if you already own the PlayStation console. And it's a very great barrier to entry and is a lot cheaper than buying the Oculus Rift or the Vive with the laptop, PC and headset and games. Really, it's up to you. Thank you for watching this review. Let me know what you think if you want to buy a new virtual reality headset. A special shout out to Scott Kennedy on the VR Focus website for pointing out a few of these flaws that were in a previous video, as well as Michigan J. Sunday. I don't know how to pronounce your last name, but thank you for pointing out all of those things in the comments in the previous video. It really helps to have constructive feedback, and I look forward to hearing more about what you guys are thinking.